Going live on YouTube. This is our Friday at noon thing that we're doing, the Trust Crash Course. So that's what we're going to do at Friday. Friday. No, I'm sorry, Monday. What am I doing? Monday at noon. We switched our schedule. It used to be Friday at noon. So, yeah, I'm remembering too. So let's remember together. We're going to do Mondays at noon. Mondays at noon, YouTube Live. Okay. And it's going to be the Trust Crash Course. Yay. So we'll wait till we get out there. Usually it takes a minute or two until YouTube notifies everybody, oh, someone's going live. Whoa. And so we're going to go live. Anyway, what we're going to do today is going to do the Trust Crash Course. Yay. This is just giving information about the trust at Liberty Aid Academy, libertyaidacademy.org. Okay? libertyaidacademy.org. And we're going to do the Trust Crash Course today. And, this is live, so if you miss anything, just listen to the end and then you can just start from the beginning again. Okay? Are you with me? So, every Monday at noon, live, Trust Crash Course. Show up, going to explain the basics of the trust, and then if you have any questions, you get to ask any questions about Liberty Aid Academy, what you're involved in. We get a lot of people saying, there are a lot of testimonials on here and elsewhere. Hey, they're great, all that stuff. So, but let's go through. We're gonna roll into the Trust Crash Course, okay? And what makes, we're going to talk about the Trust of Liberty Aid Academy, School of Private Wealth Management. And so, what what is it? The CIFRA, there's so many things out there, right? Well, Liberty Aid Trust, Liberty Aid Academy, right? The trust we have is real financial freedom, okay? We're for real, okay? The other ones, all of my work is copyrighted, and if you see anything related out there that isn't copyrighted by stuff, they're not going to help you. They changed it slightly. I'm the original gangster, OG. That's me. No one else had this information. I created it, copyrighted it. Everyone else is just sending you down a dead end, unfortunately. We get so many clients here that are just, I went, I saw this other stuff and I got it. They didn't help me. It didn't work. And they show up on our doorstep. It's like, okay, if you bought a, knockoff Chanel bag, you don't go to Chanel to fix the zipper. Am I right? Okay. So, no, you got to be our student. When you're our student, we can help you. Yeah, you're going to have success like everybody. Okay. So, what is this trust? The trust is instead of what you're doing right now financially, whatever you do, whether it be a business for yourself, any of that, okay, you could operate tax free, meaning no income taxes. Yay. And okay, that means any operations you're doing, and what is that? Any bank account that you have, you simply, I'm gonna have a trust account instead, and then you operate it however you want, all the way you want to, all your decisions, just you, no one else, okay? And then, yeah, what does that mean? No taxes, okay? It means you're never going to pay income taxes to the IRS, never. It's legal, okay? There's nothing untoward about this. It's just a choice to make that you're unaware of. You're talking to an accountant now, and we have a school and I can train you, okay? This is private information, all right? So, okay, that means no paying taxes, right? When you set this up, hey, I got a bank account, I opened a trust right then. You're never going to pay income taxes, right? You can use it for other getting out of tax issues, like if you use a trust to own real estate, you could apply for no property taxes. Yay, isn't that great? But trust, you get a bank account, any money that flows through there, no matter what you do, no pay of income taxes to the IRS or anybody. That's it. Okay? And so, in addition, no reporting of taxes, no filling out forms. Never. You never. Good morning, Jack. Can I get the Trust Course 101 to start Trust because I don't have enough for, yeah, the Master Course. You can do that. Uh, it really, it doesn't come with my time. It doesn't come, with some other information. It doesn't come with, how to build a credit for that and stuff like it doesn't come with Business Financials 101, but you can start the bank account with just the trust. And as soon as you do that, the answer to your question is yes, you can get it. That's why we have it. It doesn't have a trading and so on, but we didn't want to, you can open it, and from then on, you don't report, you don't pay taxes, okay? You may not know what else to do with it at that point, but that's a boon for, just the basic one. If you don't have enough finances for the mastery one, that's a boon right there, okay? You may not know what else to do, but, you save that much money right there. Whoa, and you want to use it instead of your person. So you can't switch your W-2 to the trust, but you can switch your W-9 to the trust, or you can just operate completely all money in your trust. And then how much money do you save every month, right? Not paying the government and everything, like probably a lot. So then you can save up, get the other courses that we have. And we just kind of bundle that mastery trust just so you get some of my time, you get the expertise, how to set it up and all that stuff, just so nothing's left out. And it's a little bit of a discount. But can you do it with the basic one? The answer is yes. Absolutely. Okay. Uh, so, and next, we're back into the trust crash course. Unless you have questions, throw them out there. That's what I'm here for. That was a good question. Thank you. Uh, Oh, so you got to switch your bank account to this trust, right? And then no taxes. All right. Well, it takes one business day. All right. You get the information. You watch a little video. Then you fill in paperwork. Oh, that's what I do. You get your EIN. You make your bank appointment. As soon as you go in there, handle the paperwork. They open it up. That's it. That's it. So that's really, we talk about the trust a lot and the details of it, but it's one business day, you're up and running, and no taxes, no reporting from that day. So, think about this as much as you want, but however many months or years go by while you're thinking about it, one business day, you open it, no more taxes, boom. No more reporting taxes, boom. You follow me? So it's important to start however, and so if you could just start with that basic one, do start, really. Because also other loads and so on, and some of it goes by the date you open your uh, account. So, yeah, open that account. Get rolling, okay? And we're here for more courses, more training as your funds become available. Absolutely, whenever you're ready. We are here, happily. All right. So, okay, now, what about this trust? What do you mean? Is tax free? Yes. It's automatically, when you get the EIN, it's automatically 501c3 with no application. You follow me? And it comes through a code called 508c1a, which says there's an exception to applying for the exemption for 501c3. Wordy, talk, IRS, blah, blah, right? I mean, my goodness. Anyway, the thing is, usually you have to do an application for this tax exemption. That's 501c3. That's what we're all taught. But there's an exception to that. You follow? In other words, you don't apply. Could you just say, hey, if you don't want to apply to be 501c3, just do this? Everybody be on it, you see, so they got to hide it. So, but that's the, exception to the exception application. What? Anyway, but that's what it is. It's very simple, you see? And so that's why you don't report, that's why you don't pay taxes. You become, a nonprofit immediately, okay? And it's also the kind that doesn't report. You didn't report, you didn't ask or report or fill out anything to become this. Therefore, that's a part of it going forward. You don't do it from then on. You don't have to interact with them in that way, okay? That's it. Get the EIN, open the bank account. That's it forever. It's amazing. It's simple. It's easy. It's happy. Okay. Uh, so what makes us different about this trust? Now you got every plagiarized knockoff out there, lead people down the wrong path. Oh my God. It's unbelievable, scary stuff out there. So what makes us different? How can you tell that we are the real deal and everyone else isn't? Already paying child support. Money I get with the trust would be safe, so child support couldn't touch it. Exactly. It's not your money. Exactly. But it depends on where it comes from, right? I mean, if it's coming through a W 2, it can be touched before it gets to the bank account. That's why I say get it, do a W 9 or out of that, and then it goes into a trust account. That's it, you see. For whatever reason, child support has such an onus, but it's just, you know, the system is so, it beats everyone down. Of course, everyone wants to be a good dad. They want to help their children. It's just the system makes it just horrid and impossible. So ultimately, we would like to have a trust and wealth and assets, and then pass our training along to our child. This is how we do this. You see, this is how we beat the system and don't pay the taxes and all that. Yeah. So, think like that instead. Also, there are benefits to doing that, which are you could get an EBT. Oh, if there's children involved, you could get an EBT for you, them, right? Hey, what do you got up in here? We don't have nothing, all zeros now. Sorry. Oh, nothing, control everything. We have nothing. No reason to sue us, but we'll take all the government funds you have, you see? Because you qualify now. I don't have any personal anything. Sorry. Nope. Well, how do you live? Oh, by the grace of God. What? What? Throw the religious thing, they're like, whoop. Oh, okay. Yes, sir. Here's your money. You qualify with all zeros for, expedited EBT. Well, thank you. What else do you have? Always Florida, nothing. But other states have things and so on. So, okay, you with me? All right. Uh, so what makes us different here? Where I was getting into that. What is the support we have? In other words, yeah, you get our information, our course information, but it's not like anywhere else where it's like, okay, you got it later, sucker. No, we're here. I'm here. The support is here. No problem. G Brown. All right. Yeah, no, hop in. We're ready to help you, man, anytime. We understand. We handle things very professionally here. That's what makes us different. Number one, the support you get. Okay. Someone's going to be here. You email in, you're like, oh, someone got in touch with me. I had trouble logging in, or I had a question about this, or whatever. We're here for that. You email in, yeah. Oh, can I get time with Jack? Yeah. Yeah, this is how you schedule it. This is how you do it. Da, da, da. Oh, yeah. But that's already going to come in your course material. Like, this is how you do it. So we have real support. Like, every day we're here so that you move forward quickly. Like, oh, he said one business day. Well, I got a question. Well, we're here. Okay. So, and then what's the second thing that makes us completely different from everyone else? And that's how you can notice that we're different is our testimonials with notarized affidavits and my own. Do you go to any school, accountant, lawyer, professional of any kind, and they say, "Oh, this is how I do it. This is how I did my trust. This is how I do my legal stuff. This is how I do my accounting stuff." Do they come out with their paperwork and like, "Here you go"? Well, that's what I do. I did this trust. Look, no problem. You see, that's why I can copyright it. I went down there to the bank. I figured it out. I did it first, and I posted proof with my passport, with my driver's license, and my social security card, and social security number, and so much other stuff. All the proof and Secretary of State, accounts I would get, EITL loan, just everything. Look, this is fine. For years and years now. It started in 2016. So here's the first one. And from day one, everything. So here's how it works. No problem, man. I haven't hidden since. There's no time off. There's none of that. So that's what's different about us, the testimonials and the support you're going to get. You won't have any concerns. This is completely legal, legit. We give you the knowledge. It happens very quickly. No one else gets to see. It's private. It's your information. It's your life. You don't report to anyone. Yet you have a bank account down the street and credit cards and name and trust, what have you. Real estate, uh, in the name of the trust or anything, vehicles, titles, anything like that, okay? So, And that's what we're gonna say. What's good about this trust? Yeah, you could. I posted proof, and so many others have. You can get all lows, credit cards, EIDL, PPP, line of credit, auto loans. And this credit reports to your business profile, right? Most business credit doesn't report to your personal. I mean, there are rare exceptions, like a couple Capital One cards, but everything else is over on a whole other credit profile over there. You see, it doesn't. Your personal credit profile is looking sweet, clean, never carries balances. You do it over on your business credit profile, your trust, which the more you carry, the better your profile is on a business. It's the opposite of personal, you see. And they give like 3 times more credit over there on business credit, like way more credit, or higher limits on credit cards, everything like that. Better points, lower annual fees on credit cards. It's just better in every way. Easier to get a line of credit. You just everything's a lot easier. Plus, you can't get much EIDL and PPP for yourself, but you can for a business like a trust. So, okay. Uh, and where can you bank? Where can you bank? Where you currently bank? Sure. Uh, really, pretty much anywhere. Like certain branches of banks are like, well, I don't know if we do a trust here or something. Yeah, okay. You don't have the knowledge in house at that particular location. Sometimes there's like, I don't, whatever. But, any bank where you're currently banking or big bank, yeah, you could bank there. Like successfully, Bank of America, Chase, Wells Fargo, Amex, Citi, Schwab, TD Ameritrade, E-Trade. I mean, and a whole slew of other banks I can't remember. Of just all these other banks people have done because there's too many banks to remember. But just the big ones hasn't been an issue. Like I said, once in a while, a branch of a certain bank or something. Like you go into your like Podunk branch that maybe you're at or something like, oh, I don't know, we do a trust. Oh, okay. But probably, down at the home office or another bigger branch, they do. But, it's very rare when a particular branch doesn't want to do it. There's online banking, they got no problem with stuff like that too. So, and you can have multiple banks. You don't have to have just one bank for your trust. You can have more than one. I have more than one. I trust one bank. I don't, you know. So that's a problem too. Uh, okay. What else have we got? Oh, I think I was supposed to turn the phone the other way for this format. Oh well. Get get used to this IG Live or YouTube. Sorry about that when you're watching this. I should have flipped the phone. Okay, so what else do we have here? Trust Crash Course. Well, at the end, we have all these other courses too. How to get out of debt. That's been a long running thing that we've been doing for way before 2016. So, and that's where we started and got known for our proof of that and everything. And then we got like, oh, got rid of all your financial problems. Well, how do you keep your assets, your finances safe, so nobody messes with them? That's why I got into the trust, you see. So that's it. That's why. Uh, so yeah, that's what's different about our what's going on at the school here. That's a trust crash course. That's the basics of the situation. Uh, good questions today. Monday at noon, I'm gonna pop in, do here's the basics of the trust, and then people will come along and have some questions. Sometimes some deep ones. Sometimes just hey, I'm getting into it, whatever. So if anyone does have questions, anyone does want to get into anything, let's do Mondays at noon. Okay, hit me on your lunch hour, or Monday's your day off. Like, work's crazy these days. Who knows when anyone works, what day? We're all around the world now. So, but okay, really good. This went well. We're going to try and get into a format like looking at the computer and working over some details and stuff. But, this is engaging until we get our tech to a higher level where you can do picture in picture and looking at it live. I could do that easily with recorded stuff now, but, we're going to get into that soon. But it's really about answering your questions, and it helps sometimes to pull up what we're looking at. But sometimes. So libertyaidacademy.org. Um, Check us out there. New testimonials link page. I'm sorry, uh, tab on our website. It's just easy. You can just watch, testimonial after testimonial after. Like, you're kicking what? You're kicking ass up on the bankers and the IRS and whatnot. No, we're following the rules, and if you just follow the rules, yeah, uh, problems go away that of people that aren't following the rules properly, and that's the debt collectors and you know tax collectors and those people. Easy to get out of those problems. They sound and seem horrid because they have great marketing departments, but this solves those problems so that, oh, okay, from here out, I can move clean forward. Everything's in a trust, past problems with the person, bye bye. You don't have anything anymore, you see, in the name of your person, so there's nothing to get. So there's nothing to see here, move along. And that's it. All the past problems, nobody's gonna get paid on them. That's over. And what you want to do is you have zero in your person, zero expenses, zero assets, nothing here. And but keep your credit profile good for your person, and tell them anything you want. Down at every application becomes the same, right? You're applying for credit for your person. $666,000 a year. I work at Google. Uh, I've been working there for 10 years. Don't have any other information, you see, because you're operating that trust. There's no financial data for their spiders to grab. So your credit card applications just match them always the same. You make how much and where? Oh, here's a big credit limit and all that. You see, you just tell the same story every time, and the story becomes the story. They don't have another one, and yet it's a disconnect. But they have a story down at another story. Because what is an application? It's just an estimate, right? I estimate this. There's no how to fill in each blank, so you're up to your own estimates. And accounting estimates are, you know, they're estimates. So estimate in your favor. Are you asking me what I could make this coming year if Google paid me? I'll work for 666,000 for them for a year, maybe. Sure. Well, at least we'll put it down like I might. That looks favorable. You see, companies always project favorably into the future, project your person favorably into the future. It's an estimate. And if they don't have anything to go on, well, that becomes what they know down there at the credit places, the banks, and so on. Uh, are we gaming the system? The best we can. And we didn't create the system. We can't fully game it, but we're doing the best we can with all the legal things we can. That's all. I mean, you want to take your time to report to the IRS what your money, and here's a cut for, me being your slave. Thanks. And I have to tell you about every nickel and dime I have. Those two go away. I mean, what kind of that's real free. That's real freedom in an area. At least no more of that. Nobody's messing with my money. You know, original sin, right? Original sin. Yeah, the parents, right? Sign you up with the government, right? You get a person, all cap letter name, 9-digit number. It's not you. It's just a business. That's you. No, how am I a piece of plastic? I'm not a piece of plastic. That's just a corporation. That's not me. And so you have to understand from that, you never owned anything. You never can own anything. No one can own anything. Would you like to control something? Like if you use a person business, your buddies, yeah, people are like, yeah, but won't I experience problems? You know? If I use a trust, no, now, right now, you're using a person. Now you can experience problems. You can get your uh, anything garnished for whatever reasons, or just take it out of your account or whatever. Government says so. Yeah, no, that's your problem now. When you get the trust, that's never your problem. Oh, sorry, it's not me. It's not mine. I'm just trustee. Can do anything you want, no limits, no telling anyone anything. Aren't they clever? This is what they do, the super wealthy elite. And then they mind control you to be like, be worried. You shouldn't be like us. You should pay taxes. We shouldn't, but you should. Come on. It's legal. We share the code, right? It's not that hard, okay? It's not that complex. This isn't. You can see that they're doing it. Uh, Presidents say, "Oh, I can't show you my taxes." Well, yeah, no, you can't because you don't have any, and that's legal. But don't you want to run your life that way? You see what I'm saying? That's the thing. Okay, that's what we teach you here at Liberty Aid Academy. You get into your course, the stuff's online. You're like, oh, you just go through the course material. If you come up with any questions, you get some of my time, and then you could email whatever. You're on your own schedule, and then as you move forward, we're here to help. Like I say, it can take one business day, but whatever your schedule, we're here to help you. Okay, right? Uh, you know. Uh, you can't own anything. Do you see what I'm saying? You never did. And so don't you want control of something that no one's going to take any taxes away or the money away or assets away? Yeah, that's the trick. So we haven't been able to own anything. It's sad, right? You think, but you don't want to own anything here. It's like keep it. I'm going to leave the body with the stuff. I'm leaving. You see, but we have to operate as best we can in the meantime while we're here. We can't just throw our money away to the IRS or whomever. We've got to put a roof over our head and feed children. We have families, stuff like that. They make it very difficult. The system is rigged against us. So we have to go in and game the system or whatever you want to call it, rig back in our favor as much as we can. It's still rigged against us, even with all these taxes on it. It's just so much easier. Okay. And then you get into our trading, it's like, oh, wait, I can get into credit cards, and all these other options that we have for you. But always just start with the trust, open that bank account. From then on, no reporting income taxes, no paying income taxes. Lots of other good things happen too, okay? But just the moment it's open, that's it. Boom, yay. As long as you're out of that W-2 situation, right? Get a W-9 or something else. And we have that training too. How do I do that? We have that. Okay. All right. Thanks for that, Alex. Appreciate it. Anything else? How we doing? Any other questions before we jump off? Or kind of funny that churches could rate bonds. Yeah. Writing bonds is one thing. Getting the money for them, whole other thing. You know, they're in a system together. Uh, right. You know, uh, a bond to do for whom to do what, right? Can I just do it without my wife? She is. Yeah, but no, she isn't. Her person is. Listen, we run businesses, but we're not businesses. You have a person, I have a person, your wife has a person, so her person still exists. Your person still exists, and you're still going to run them. You're just going to get a trust too. You can have one on your own without your wife on it, but yes, this is the first time you and your wife would be on something that would be truly yours. So she doesn't need to not be on the trust. That's her person. This is a trust, two separate entities. You follow? So you want to get out of using the person as much as you can. But if you have to use a person, that's why I said before, you want to keep the credit good. Like your wife's credit is good. You're using that to do different credit worthy things like a mortgage, car, what have you. We're not talking about that's making payments on credit things. You could do that from a trust. You could pay anything from a trust, okay? Any debt from your wife's person, your person, it doesn't matter. It's your choice. It's nobody's business. It remains private. But yes, you can keep paying. The money goes into the trust, and it remains safe and untaxable there. And then you could just pay your same bills or anything. It's like nothing really happens on the outside world, you see, except for these payments and reporting don't happen. Okay? So ultimately, you get our trading and so on, like when you closed on that real estate in your wife's name, her person, all that, right? You could have gone with a lender and an attorney, right? That you could have said, hey, for tax reasons, after when I close, I wanted to go in this trust. So they all could have been, oh, that's fine, cool. So even though your wife still would have given a personal guarantee on the mortgage, and the mortgage still would be against the property, the ownership name on the deed would be the name of the trust. Why is that good? You're still paying it everything. That's cool. Why? Because then once the real estate is in the name of the trust, well, that trust is a tax-free trust, right? You can apply at your county for property tax removal, and each county has a process for that, a different process. So, but what's the deed is that, oh, it's a tax-free trust owning it. Let's apply for property tax removal. That's another, boon of this type of trust. So, uh, it's not that, see, you still be using your wife's business called the person for personal guarantee, but not for the ownership part. You see, uh, and you can build credit just for the trust. So you get, a line of credit and money just in the name of the trust too from the beginning. The mortgage in the name of the trust. Still, personal guarantees are needed, but that's what they are. It's not in the name of the person as the goal. Why? For the property tax benefit. You follow? Okay. All right. If one just does a quick claim deed into the trust like now, without paying off the mortgage, in most mortgages, right? I can't see your mortgage, but most mortgages have an acceleration clause, it's called. And yeah, no problem, Mike. But the reason, just to finish up, just so you're fully informed, anyway. If you put in the property in the name of a trust without paying the mortgage, like I was saying, and there's an acceleration clause that could be like, hey, it's all due now, the mortgage. So that's how they can prevent you from doing it now. But if you had done it in the beginning and at the closing and so on, it's not contentious or anything. And so you can call and ask your lender now, like, hey, for tax reasons, is it okay if I put the deed in the name of the trust? I'm still going to pay you and everything. And I can have an attorney, close and do the paperwork. Is that okay? Can we do that? You can approach it from that end, not in a contentious way, understand it, oh, there'd be a tax savings. So, okay, I can pay for this. And like you're willing to pay for ownership for, to the attorney the first time, and there were no tax benefits, right? Maybe you see if it's worth it to do it this time. That's how you would think about it, okay? Just a full talk about that. Okay. And there's a video on property taxes on YouTube about that. Okay. Great stuff. I love this. Mondays at noon is cool on YouTube. A lot of good questions. A lot of good people drop in here. Thanks for that one, Mike. How we doing, people? Anyone else? We got anything else? I'm gonna pop off if we're ready. How we doing? Okay. Thanks for coming, everyone. If you need anything, contact at libertyaidacademy.org. Just had this question, this thought, whatever. We're here. We got some online chat too. We also have some like short admissions calls, meaning, oh, I had a couple questions about your stuff. Oh, okay, yeah. Do that. Thanks to oh, yeah. Every day since 2019. Yes. The family since 2019. That's why we do this. That's a family, like all that energy to the IRS and money and over from that year, 2019 is 2021. So they got 2 years, and that is every year from then on, all that time and money back. I mean, after you do, like for a little while, you're like, I spent so much money and time on this. I'm like, it's okay, but now you don't. Now you can go like that and like let it go. Right? Ah, that look, that that look for the baby, right? Over. Whew. At least that's one thing, you know. I mean, it's no small little itty bitty item either. Yes. No more you. And he knows he said his family. Love it. Later for you people. I'm so happy to hear that. That's why we do this work. We experience that happiness and joy, and we're like, okay, we just need to get this information to people in a basic way, and then we could give you like even more training as we go on. We have that too, but just not too complex. Fit it into your family daily lives. Get this stuff up and running. Get the benefits. Okay, can't touch the money now. We'll take your EBT money, etc., etc. What do you got, right? It's a whole different thing. Was like if the government comes looking like, what do you got? When I open my bank account with trustee, take my trust regulation. Wow, I've heard of that. I've heard of that. I've heard of that. That's really funny, isn't it? It's since we started this, we experienced like, oh, it's really loose, and it got tighter, looked at, still no problems, and now it's just like, oh, everybody's fine. It's funny, like they really the banks have sort of been very accepting, I guess, ultimately. Uh, they ask questions. That's why we give enough training. Not everybody experiences such an easy bank appointment. They're like, I have a question. Click. What address? What? They just click for it. Click, 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 click. Do you have that paperwork down? It's like click, click, click. You're like, I should have eaten before I came to this. That's what I think. So I eat before I go. I bring a book. I'm like, hour we're sitting here, click, 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 And I'm pretty patient, so I can say if people aren't that patient, they're like, what is taking so long? But it's really just, knowing the answer to everything and what paperwork you give them in case everything isn't, they got to do every page. What about this one? Well, it says right there that. Like, okay, you know, 750 plus a month. DBT all organic and that. That's what you start doing. You're like, not only are they not getting my money, right? The IRS, I'm not paying them anymore. How much you getting every month from them now? And then there's the big hauls like PPP, EIDL, and on and on. Oh, I love it. I love it. Plus, EBT just went up recently. And it's not just like there's some money for food for EBT, it's also the shield. You know what I'm saying? Like, not in the current state of mid Florida, but like you could sue for free in court, right? You just sign the waiver of fee form, indigent form, whatever they say to each state, right? Waiver of fee form, you can sue for free. So it's like, why is somebody gonna sue anyone that can go in there and write a waiver of fee form that's like zero? What do you have? Zero, 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 zero. Who's gonna sue you for what reason for zero? And so, point being, like I noticed in Arizona, when I did a lawsuit there was against the bankers, that you could just to check your status if you qualify for not paying the fee to file a lawsuit, right? You could just present your EBT card in Arizona. Got nothing. So it's like, oh, here's my plastic shield. My person, whoop, here's my straw man. My straw man has zero. What you got? You see, you flip the whole thing on them. It's not like, oh, it's me. I have nothing. No, I set my straw man up. That thing you tried to chain me to. Now it has nothing. Now I'm here every day. Like, what you got? I want all my money back. Start with the EBT. You got some medical. So what do you got? You got housing. Anything you have, I want it. And whoever's making better rules from what we got up in here, I want more. You see what I'm saying? So you run your life, your business, what have you, over there in this trust. They can't touch anything. It's never taxed, something like that. Your purse is empty with great credit, but empty. Right now, it's your shield. And your straw man is made of straw. Shoot anything at it you want, any risk, whatever, right? You have nothing, zero. I have nothing. Your person, i.e., your person, right? Your person. Nothing has nothing. So what can you do? Nothing. But I will take your money. It's wonderful, so many benefits to this. I just could go on day after day. I got hundreds of videos, right? So that means, let's say you went to school and you're like, all right, I need to make some money up here. Let me get one of them law degrees or MD or whatever high pay it was, right? And then you're like, I have X hundred of thousands of student loans. Well, you never have to pay on them. Why? Because you operate the trust, right? And your person makes $0 all the time, forever. So you always qualify for the income-driven repayment plan of student loans. Pay zero forever. Student loans. So, and they report positively that way to your credit report. So you can have hundreds of thousands of dollars, student loan, pay zero, and still have, you know, high 700s, no problem credit score, no problem. Yeah, no problem. You see, so there's no reason not to better yourself in service of others, honestly. We could use a good doctor. They all sold out. We could use one. We're missing all of them. We could use a good lawyer, right? We could use a good doctor. We could use a good lawyer, right? Because there never have been any good lawyers. No, that never happened. So we could use one. But there's no reason to limit your consciousness or your abilities or your service or your lifestyle or any of that stuff. You see what I'm saying? Because you can get in some basic type of living and get this school money in and learn that stuff, and then right after you're serving people and you never paid a penny on them loans, and off you go. And if you get a law degree and nobody beating you up on this stuff and their stuff combined. Hi, I'm Mr. Propeller. Like, I'm gonna turn you. You'd have they all be like, stay away from that one. You see, you learn this information, the basis of a situation. You could move forward in a way that looks out over yourself and your family, but then we could really serve others. You're having trouble with your property tax exemption. Yes, it can be difficult. Email us, okay? Now, the thing is, you have to understand, almost every single property tax exemption was given through a 508c1A. In other words, there was no tax exemption letter with everyone granted, right? Because almost every church is 508c1A. If you go look them up on the IRS letter for their exemption letter, there is one. No churches have it, and the government doesn't have it. So that's churches and government, all tax exempt property. So they never got that letter for all the tax exempt property they have, pretty much. So when that's when there's no tax exemption. Oh, they did. They asked for church bylaws and dissolution. Oh, okay. Well, write some junk up. Boom. That's why I say you get a church-sounding name for the trust that is property that doesn't need a bank account or nothing like that. And then you just move forward and you answer their questions, blah, 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 blah. No taxes. Yes, here's your pieces of paper. We're church, we're private. Get out of our business. We want the exemption, though. Thank you. You just get the paperwork you can. That's good. Follow through on that. But if you have questions, they make it a little difficult. They don't make it impossible, but they're like, oh, crap, we're caught. Oh, somebody figured it out. Nobody kept, beautiful, beautiful. Kara Russ of it. Love it. That was all great stuff. And that, you all see what she wrote? Isn't this fun? Isn't this fun? That's fantastic. You're the man. Well, you turned it into the woman. It sounds like you're the woman. Oh my goodness. It's it's wonderful when the women get involved and get this because they're like, man, I have all this time left over for my family and money for my family, and that's what women care about. They're like, I'm looking over the family. I can't be into all that. Yeah. But if you do, you can look over the family and nobody gets touched and stuff like that. And then the protection of the trust. The ego we trust is gone, no vaccinations, all that stuff. You can't be physically touched. Uh, or they get blocked, they freeze solid. So that's a good thing. So yeah, I'm so happy to hear this. That's fantastic. Karen and a whole other family. I love it. I love it. But don't get, keep pressing forward. But if you feel like you're getting hung up and you need our help, just shoot us an email. Don't like plateau and because we want to. Our favorite thing is we did it. And like, can you do it to somebody else so we can have other people do it? What's up? You know, because it's just forever no income taxes, forever no property taxes, you know? Like these things are worth working through, you know what I mean? Exactly. It's her right to get the property tax exception. Exactly. Exactly. See, we're just trying to look out for our trust. That's the goal of trustee. I'm looking over all the assets for the beneficiaries. I can do what I want, but that's who I am. I got to look over my trust. The trust knows that you're supposed to give me that exemption. It's the right of this. I don't need an exemption letter, and we have that. You can give them information that says, oh, well, no, this doesn't need a tax exemption letter. It should be tax exempt. So, uh, same as the rest of those property tax exemptions it did. Because what can he say if they say that? Well, pull out the other applications. This is, public information down here. It's supposed to be all on record. So let's see their application. How did they get tax exempt status? Because they don't have a tax exemption. So why do you approve theirs? You see, the government, the churches. How am I different? You see. So that's good to hear they're not getting so sticky with that anymore because it's complete BS. And you could, show them the information like what, and you didn't even ask anybody else for that. So, it's just who's in with you. Now, apply the laws equally, just like Kara said. It's everyone's right. Keep us posted on that, Kara. I love it. All right, great stuff. Oh man, every time this happens on Monday, this goes really well with some great thoughts, great feedback, uh, great things getting done out there. Come back Monday, please. Let's tell everybody else, post a link about this. Hey, Jack's doing nude on Mondays. Let's get some people in here because isn't it great to hear from other people, not just me or us in the school? You get the information that's like, guess what I did? It's great to share with each other on here. So thanks for coming. Thanks for sharing. Have a wonderful week. Anything comes to mind, please shoot us an email, contact@libertygateacademy.org. We will see you next Monday at noon. Have a wonderful day. God bless you all. Let's see if I can stop it.